Shalom to everybody who may come across this video. No, we don't go with that yet. Not sure if I'm going to post this one just yet. Still trying to figure that out. That's the one. Heavenly Father, I'm asking for spiritual guidance. This rising, I only have a short amount of time right now. So I'm only going to pull 2 cards. In these 2 cards, just share what you want us to know. Well, it looks like you're not concerned about the short amount of time I got. You have something. So, that's all that matters, is that the Father has something to say. I'm not really sure which one of these came out first, so I just put them, in some type of order. Okay, I gotta hop right into this. No time to waste. But initially, the first cards that came out were Estanalehi. This is the Earth Warrior deck, and her mantra or her message is turquoise, changing woman. And off the top of my head, what I know about this is that this oracle always teaches us to not fear change, to not be afraid of change, and to actually accept, acknowledge, and to embrace the change. Whenever this oracle comes out, it's talking about changes are coming and that there's no use in us trying to, resist it or fight against it. When we do that, it's just such a harder process. A lot of times we look at changes and the way that they come, this is the thing, like, this is trying to show us how to be okay with the way the change presents itself in our lives. It's rarely ever really first beautiful to us. Sometimes we are afraid of it because it looks like a loss. It could look like disappointment. It could be unsure and uncertain. There could be a period of time where you're just not sure of what to do and what way to move, and that can be scary. But this oracle is pretty much bringing the message of, listen, stay calm, accept what is happening in your life, accept how the cards are falling, accept how the chips are falling where they may. Pay attention to where they fall as well. And go with the changes. Don't fight it, actually. See what you can learn. See who, the Most High or the universe is trying to show you that you actually are, or that you can become with this change. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the book. That's card number 2. So I'm happy we don't have too far to go for her. Hold on. Let me hurry up. Card number 2 says, in a reading, change is upon you, and it is essential for your continued growth. This is the reason that you cannot miss this. This is the reason that it is not going to come any other way for you. It has to come this way. It says, and you do not need to fear it. As you allow for this change, Remain steadfast in your inner spiritual connection. So though things may be changing all around you, maybe a job, maybe a relationship, maybe other types of connections, friendships, you know, familial relationships, though they may be changing, remain steadfast in your inner spiritual work in connection. This gives you courage, trust, peace, and reassurance. And you will find ways to navigate the shift so that your life actually improves through the process. If you are thinking, so this can be both changes being brought to you or you yourself are thinking that you need to change. If you are thinking of making a change, you are actually encouraged to do so without trying to force it. No forcing it. Be open and do your part to the best of your ability, but also tune into your sense of divine timing, asking the universe for help and allowing life to unfold according to its own rhythm of creative, loving intelligence. So I love that part. I love that part about not forcing it. Not forcing it. For those of us who understand that change is upon us, for those of us who have been thinking and feeling in our spirits like, oh, it's time for a change, or I need to change some things. And like you feel it real heavy. For some people, it could be as simple, it could be something like you feel like changing your appearance. You feel like cutting your hair. You feel like putting some hair in. You feel like losing some weight. You feel like changing your diet. You feel like moving somewhere, changing your position, changing your job, whatever the case is. If it's you, right, and you're feeling it heavily, okay, this could definitely be what you need to do. But what doesn't need to happen is it doesn't need to be forced. So if at any time you feel as though you're forcing yourself to make certain types of changes, force can feel like it can be a couple different examples. Let me see what spirit is giving me. One example is that your mind is ready to make the changes, but your external circumstances have not yet been changed, realigned to allow for the change that you can see in your mind. So for example, let's just talk about the diet. Okay, let's talk about the diet. Let's say that you are ready to maybe cut out things like pork or certain types of meat or certain types of dairy. That's been heavily weighing on your spirit and your mind, and you know you've been researching about it. You've been feeling the major pull to make that type of shift. But inside your refrigerator, you know, you got all of your products that have animal byproducts and things inside. And a part of your mind, while it's been heavily on your mind to change, another part of you is like, well, dang, you know, I don't want to necessarily waste all my money. It could be at the place where it's just preparing you to make that change, but it's not time for you to make that change yet, which is why you could feel some of your resistance. Of course, and I feel like our spirits know the difference between when you're trying to make excuses to remain in a circumstance versus when it's really resistance because it's not yet time. When it's not yet time. That's one example. Another could be that you feel like moving, right? And you done looked up your place where you want to move to. You done looked up the next area you want to move to. You've even found some places that are within your pricing. You got the money. You've saved your money. And now all of a sudden you can't get into contact with any of the places that you saw, or everybody is filled up. Everybody is, oh, we're not accepting people right now. We have these dates available for move in. You could be trying to force it. Okay. So basically, this is an oracle. Don't try to force things to happen. For those who are in relationships, you can feel that one could be getting ready to end, right? And maybe a way that you can be forcing the circumstances is by possibly stirring up dramatic conversations that cause dissension between you and your spouse or you and your significant other. And that could be something that you're doing because you can sense that y'all need to have conversations, or you can sense that something is going on. But instead of allowing it to organically be brought to you or something like that, you're stirring up stuff. And you may have good intentions. This is not saying that your intentions are malicious, but again, just because you feel it don't mean you always have to be the one to bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times things will unfold the way that they should without much struggle or resistance if we would be patient enough or if we would allow them to. Sometimes our trying to control a circumstance in and of itself is forcing it. So I've spent too long on that card. Let me hurry up and move on. The next card that we have is Uluka or Uluka Vahini. And it says, she who rides the owl brings justice. Off the dome, this card deals with some type of sight, some type of being able to fly above and see the things that are going on in a circumstance. I believe it also deals, am I going too far? Yeah, I think I'm going ahead of myself. This one definitely deals with being able to see certain things, um, and maybe even not being able to see certain things, but they will be brought to your attention. It will be brought to your attention, and it'll bring balance, it'll bring enlightenment, it will bring insight, and of course some type of justice, some type of ruling one way or the other for us at this time. So let's see what the heck is going on with this. This is card number 8. I gotta move quickly. All right. So it says, don't waste your okay, here we go. Don't waste your valuable time and energy worrying about people getting away with things. It is not possible. Everything is balanced out by karma in the long run, or reaping what you sow. If you feel down or depressed, take action immediately, though, to reconnect to joy, healing energy, and vitality of your spirit. All things are measured and metered by clear divine vision, and your job is to put your faith in the work of the Most High while you tend to your own journey with trust and commitment. Hands down, for me, what I'm getting is when it comes to relationships, I think this has got everything to do with some relationships for some people. Relationships of all sorts, familial, romantic, friendships. There could be some things that are going on that may seem a little shady to you. They may seem, if they're not totally shady, you're just unclear. They're still kind of clouded. You don't know how to read it. You don't know how to read what's going on in the connection. For those in the romantic relationships, I feel like you feel that some stuff is going on and you're not entirely sure what it is. You can't put your finger on it quite yet, but you know something is up. And it's been really causing you to think about it. It's been causing you some stress. It's been causing you some anxiety. You may have even wanted to force some conversations, force some things to be said or done even. Maybe you know about a situation where somebody else is involved in your relationship and you are demanding that the person make a choice. What this oracle is telling us is that you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to stress about it. And you certainly don't have to force anybody to make any types of decisions one way or the other, because the Most High is all up and through the circumstances. He sees everything. He knows what's going on. He knows the intentions of people's hearts and all of that. And while you over here worrying, stressing, trying to force things to happen, you're not focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on ways that you can be better. And you could be also operating in low vibrating energies. It talked about depression here. I can speak for myself. I've been dealing with some things that have been heavily on my mind, and it had me kind of going up and down emotionally speaking, because I'm so concerned about how this is going to play out. What decision is this person going to make? How is it going to affect me? And I'm a little concerned about it. No lie. And so for me, this is just like, girl, focus on yourself, which is the energy that I've kind of been realizing that I need to get into. Focusing on myself, becoming the best version of me that I can be. That's all I'm responsible for. The rest is in the hands of the Most High. The Most High will do everything. He will clear. He will vindicate. He will expose. He will protect, and he will bring together. And I'm saying he, and I hate that I say that all the time because I'm so used to it. But the Most High will do what needs to be done for the best and highest good for those who are called according to his purposes. That could be both people involved, or that could be just you, or that could be, your significant other. But the way that the Most High God works is that the Elohim always works everything out for everybody that's involved, just the way that it's supposed to be. So if somebody cutting up and their intentions and motives have been wrong, the way that it's going to work out is it's not going to go the way that they wanted it to, or the way that they thought it would. It's going to shut them down. For those who are unsuspecting, or for those who are suspecting, but they're still doing their best to operate in righteousness, in truth, in purity, in honor and respect of the commitment that they made, the Father ensures, or the Elohim ensures, that these people reap what they have sown in the union. Again, this is romantic, but again, that can also translate to friendships and to work relationships and even to familial relationships. Whoever is operating the way that they should, they're going to reap what they sow. Everybody's going to reap what they sow, period. Whether it's for the bad or the good, you're going to reap what you sow. So there's no need in stressing or worrying. The last and final card is Pueo, and it is Guardian of the Amakua. Guardian of the Amakua. From what I can remember off the top of my head, this has everything to do with the fact that we have spiritual help that will be giving us information, giving us downloads, giving us guidance, so that we are not left totally unprotected. This also indicates that there could be some hidden dangers, some hidden things that we do not see so clearly. But not to be concerned and not to panic, because the Spirit of the Most High got us. The Elohim has dispatched angels to give us the messages and the warnings that we need. So again, this is all, to me, the overall messages that I'm seeing right here is that for those of us who are chosen of the Most High, for those of us who are operating to the best of our ability in purity and in love and in faith and commitment with the unions that we're in, whether they're romantic unions or familial or friendships or even job related unions, if there's anything shady going on, if there's anything that could be detrimental to you, to whether it's your spirit or your life, okay, that we are being called to chill and to trust the Most High right now, totally, and to focus on being sure that we are in right standing with self and with the Most High. All right, so here we go. In a reading, it says that information that may have been hidden for a time will come to light. There is a guiding intelligence assisting you safely through a situation in your life that is otherwise confusing or dangerous for you. There are divine powers helping you. See what I said? In all situations to do with battles, unfairness, or injustice. Whether you are consciously aware of these things or not. Trust in the signs that you see, and especially in the truth that you hear. Sometimes beneath what is actually being said. The accuracy of your insights and perceptions are heightened at this time. Amakua in Hawaiian refers to the venerable ancestors. This oracle also indicates that loved ones on the other side are sending you love and assistance and are receiving your prayers and intentions for their own healing. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So basically, I see that I remember things mostly. Again, we have help here. And also things that were not healed for our ancestors too are also being healed. They're also being healed through us walking out what we're walking out. So, to me, that goes to show just how important this really is. It's bigger than just you and I. It's both for people to come after us as well as for those who have gone before us. But yeah, so I think overall the message here is that everything is fine, that you're good, that the Father is not going to leave you blind. The Father is not going to allow danger to come upon you, that you'll be okay. That you'll be okay. And in fact, that the Elohim is going to ensure that what you need to know will be made clear to you. These two cards right here clarify that for me. That something is going to be brought to light, period. That we need to know. That is going to help us make better decisions, better choices. It's going to help clarify and clear up a lot. So with that being said, that is the end of this particular reading. I guess this will be the spiritual guidance reading here. And I'm going to say shalom. Thank you, Heavenly Father.